What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is the beginning of the end of the last video, if that makes sense to you. It's the same day, same moment. So like I said, I was going to do wiring. This is the wire harness from the base RSX that we got the transmission from, and the whole swap minus the motor. We already got rid of that. So everything is here. We got to cut this speaker wire junk out. I think we're gonna, well, no, I don't think, I know we're gonna need to get rid of this plastic piece. The charge harness, we need to separate it because we're not going to use the stock fuse box wires or the one for the battery or the negative, whatever that is. We need to get rid of this plastic covering over here. I'm pretty sure we can get rid of this plastic covering for the injectors. We need to, oh yeah, we got this too. On the TPS, on the RSX base, 2 wires need to be flipped, so we'll get into that. I got Wireworks charge harness sitting over there. Conversion harness will do, and that should hopefully be everything we do. So we'll just go over everything and have a jolly old time. Woo! All right, so I got all this plastic off, and basically I would just snip all these little clips. That way, you know, I don't have to worry about prying them out, because sometimes they could be stuck just from being on there for so long. But harness, I mean, it's pretty good. I think something's cut on it, but chances are I'm the one who cut it, so it probably didn't go to anything too serious. But once it's on, I'll know for sure exactly where that went. But I'm thinking it wasn't anything, you know, crazy. Probably something related to the K20A specifically. I disconnected the charge harness. That I need to strip down and get rid of this and the part for the fuse box, like I mentioned earlier. But for now, you know, that I don't have to worry about right at this moment. Put it over here, and I'm gonna start by feeding the ECU side through this massive hole, feed it in there, and then just kind of work everything around. All right, so this might take a few tries as far as, you know, getting it properly looped, but I'm gonna start with this. It's the easiest. I think my camera's falling. Push this through. I got quite a bit to go. All right, so the way it looks like it's just gonna be like the EG, except we have a turbo manifold and not you know, headers. So it's gonna have to go underneath it. I'm gonna probably put some kind of heat shield on it, but right now I'm going to just get it into position. Let me place the camera somewhere. All right, so we got most of everything on. As you see here, we got 2 wires. That's for the VTEC stuff, so that's no longer needed. The K24A1 crank position sensor is exactly the same as the RSX style. I did not know that, but now I do. What else? Of course, these are injectors with our ground, very important. This is very important ground. It grounds the whole ECU. That way we can actually get power. What do we got? I think this is our evap, so that can be cut. Pretty sure this is our TPS, and this is the one I think we're gonna rewire. I'm gonna double check that. This is our air temp sensor. Kind of just gonna leave it there. I need to figure out if I'm gonna use it or not, because I don't want a boost leak. So I may or may not use this. We'll figure that out. Map sensor over here. We got our transmission plugs here. I'm gonna leave the other one, it's a speed sensor, off, because I like to fill the transmission through the speed sensor. That'll be at some other time. Cam angle right here, all that good stuff. And what we got? Idle air control valve. Pretty sure it's this one, we can eliminate that. And yeah, so let me figure out about this and then I'll put it in there. All right, so it is confirmed. We're going to leave the middle wire and swap this and this. I'm going to try and depin it. You could depin it, you can cut it, solder it, crimp it, whatever, as long as you swap these. If you're using a base RSX harness and a Type S throttle body with this TPS. All right, so I mean, if you've never depinned before, basically there's gonna be a little plastic tab, and I pushed it down with a little cotter pin. They do make a special depinning kind of tool. I'm not sure where to get it, but a cotter pin pushed it down, and then you just pull nicely from the back and it should pop out. Then I swapped them and it's good to go. I didn't mention it, but the map sensor for the first start is gonna come from the EG, because once it's boosted, it's gonna get like a Honda 3-bar or one of those fancy, you know, map sensors for boost. So that's done, that's swapped, awesome. So I'm gonna start working on the charge harness, which is right here. Oh God. And strip this down so I can get rid of that. All right, so just sitting here on the ground, just strip this all off. So it was relatively easy. Just take your time, use a razor blade, cut like some of the shielding here if you want, but you could start the tape. I mean, for me, I started the tape and I was able to get a lot of it off. Some of it I had to like, when it's tied up tight like this, just razor blade it, be careful. And this is what we're left with, this tiny little thing. So we got the alternator plug, this, not exactly sure, knock sensor, and here's our main plug here. I'll figure out what this does. I don't even know if it's even used, but this I'll probably save. I probably could modify this, and I've seen a tutorial. You like cut it and bend this, and then you could use it on the stock fuse box, but I'll just put it on the side for now. Like I said, I have the Wireworks harness. I'll put that on once this is all set up. But yeah, that's just real simple. I don't really need to do a DIY. It's just, you know, take your time. All right, so I got it plugged in, and yeah, it doesn't look great, but I'm not really focused on, you know, trying to make things look good right now. You know, just kind of get things in place. That way, you know, we get started. You know, it hangs down like this. Of course, I'm going to, you know, find a better way of doing this. Shit, there's even this right here. I could just push it in there, but I'm not going to. But yeah, for now, it's gonna be like this. I'll clean everything up once everything's good to go. All right, it is many, many moons since I've touched it. I don't even know where I left off. I think it was maybe the charge harness, but still gonna finish up the charge harness. So what we have here, I think it's from Rywire, and it's basically, it's already made, cut the length, the alternator and the starter wires, and basically you'll put the alternator lead on here, the starter lead up there, and you're running around somewhere, probably between the transmission and the engine, underneath our turbo header so we don't melt it, and here to our fuse box. The EG's setup is pretty much the same as this, if I ever get this off, but this is where it's gonna go. One side will be for the battery, and the other side will grab power from the battery and then shoot it to the alternator and the starter. So I'm gonna do that right now. All right, so everyone, do not waste your money on this freaking wire kit. It's expensive for no reason, and it's just 2 wires, and it's ridiculously long. They're not even close to the right size. Look at all this extra wire. I mean, maybe if I was tucking it, it would be fine, but I'm not tucking it, and it's stupid long. But I'll probably clean this up a bit and cut it down to size once it's running. But yeah, it's a freaking mess. So that's in. I put the battery tray in off camera, and I do have to make a correction. I ran power straight to the positive terminal, and that's how it's supposed to be, from the starter to the positive terminal, alternator to the fuse box. So sorry for the misinformation. So for my conversion harness, I'm using a company called Sparks. I've used them on the EG and never had an issue, so I decided to go with them again. And everything is pretty much plug and play. You got your relay here. This plugs into the factory wire harness. This goes in there. This will get tapped. This is for our fan switch. This is for our coolant gauge inside the cluster. This will get grounded somewhere. And this will show you on the outside where this goes. So just, oh yeah, and this green goes to that green. It's pretty self-explanatory on the EJ8, EM1, all that, EK. So yeah, super simple. All right, so for the charge light, we're gonna tap into this white plug. I just realized, I think I said these go together, but this will go to the ECU, this will go to the ECU, and this will also go to the ECU. So anyway, the charge wire will go to this, it's called a B10 plug, and it's a white with a blue stripe, and that's for your charge light, which will pop up on the dash if the alternator is not charging. The second thing I did not mention, but this is all wiring, so we're gonna put these two together. I'll probably just shove a wire in between those, and that is so the car thinks it's gonna be in neutral and it'll start. So neutral safety switch, I'm guessing. You could run these to the clutch pedal, but I am going to just put them together. So that'll be that. As for that big old plug, I just have it running where the harness is. It goes through. I just kind of have it zip tied. It goes to this fat plug here, and this will mount somewhere over here. It has a ground, and for now I have it just to the shock tower. I mean, this is just a mock-up, like I've said. I just want to get it started. So nothing's pretty, it's super ugly and it's like a mess, but at least it's in there. Just like that, many weeks later, it's finally wired up, minus the injectors and stuff, which will be the next video. I have it right now, but that's going to be a continuation of this video because I think I might be able to get it started next video. But to recap, we got a base RSX harness. We have Wireworks or Rywire charge harness wires, which I do not recommend. Waste of money, waste of time. And so, yeah, RSX base wire harness, charge harness. We got the Sparks conversion harness in. It's running inside the car. We plugged all that up. We bypassed the neutral safety switch. We hooked up to here. We got to put the battery in still, but I think next video it'll be fluids, transmission, engine, hook up when I need to hook up, plug up when I need to plug up, steal the ECU from the EG, load up a base map, and start it. So hopefully in the next couple hours, which video will be way after, you'll see all that good stuff. So until next time, later.